to day number 7. So today we're going to be talking about why you might fail to reach your goals, which I know is super positive, but we're going to be talking about how to avoid failure, and importantly how the goodies in today's envelope are going to help you to avoid failure, and a few other things we can do as well to help us stay on track and avoid some of the common pitfalls and common things that happen to throw us off our goals. So today we got 2 more sticky sheets, including this beautiful sheet with loads of foil stickers on, which I just think are absolutely beautiful, and also some little goal setting prompts to help you think about the next 3 months. And we also got these lovely sparkly swashes. Now, sparkly swashes, try and say that fast 3 times. I've tried it, it's very difficult. Why are we going to fail to reach our goals? Why might we find ourselves in a position of giving up, falling off the bandwagon and not making things happen? Well, there are a couple of reasons that often we kind of fail to reach our goals. And the first one is that we get overwhelmed and we set our big goal, we get really excited about it, and then we start to feel a little bit nervous and a little bit scared because we're looking up at where we are now and we're looking up at this giant mountain that we have to climb to achieve our goals, and we cannot see a route through. We can't see how little old me is going to achieve all of these big things. We get overwhelmed, it's scary, and we end up procrastinating and giving up. The second thing that can happen is that we do not have a plan. We don't have a plan of action in place to support us, and we don't take action consistently. Now, the good news is what came in today's envelope is going to help us mitigate all of these problems and stand you in the best stead to achieve your goals. So the first thing we're going to do is break our goals down into a 3-month goal or a 90-day goal, whatever feels more comfortable. Now, working in this mindset means that you can pare down your goal a little bit, make it smaller, make it more manageable, make it less overwhelming, and maybe focus on fewer things in the first 3 months of this year. So you're not as likely to get overwhelmed, and we're kind of like breaking that mountain down into more manageable chunks. And it also allows us to take a longer term view. So it's not too short, because a month, sometimes that if we just focus on achieving all these things in a month isn't sometimes that long. Whereas 3 months, we can achieve quite a lot. A lot of things take a long time to start seeing results with. So to give you an example, you might have a goal to grow on social media and decide that you're going to post every day for a month, and after a month you might not be getting the results that you want. It's really easy to start then feeling disheartened and just start feeling like, well, what's the point, not really getting anywhere. But if you think about, well, actually I'm going to try doing that for 3 months, you're much more likely to have learned things over that time period or start to see the results that you want to see. Taking this kind of more medium-term view and preparing yourself mentally for the fact that this isn't going to happen in a month, it might be 3 months, is way more motivating, and it's way more likely you're going to stick to taking action and keep going and keep working on those goals, especially if you're not seeing the results. So 2 tips I have for you for setting 3-month goals. The first one is to be quite tight and focused. Remember that you can always add more things to your plate, but sometimes it's very hard to take things off your plate. And the temptation is going to be right now that you're packed full of energy and you're really ready to start the new year, so you can take on the world and you can take on loads. Try and pare it back, be really tight and focused. Think about those, when you answer the question of what's the most important thing that I want to achieve this year, that should definitely be in there. But if there's things that are maybe on the fence about that you're like, oh, do I actually need to do this in January? I'd leave them to one side. Remember, you can always take on more if you feel like you've got capacity. The second tip I have is to use the knowledge that you have already to set a realistic but stretch goal for this 3-month period. If you've never done what you're setting out to do before, it's going to be really hard for you to set a realistic goal because you've got nothing to base this on. But if, for example, let's take an example, a personal example for me. If I say, okay, in the next 3 months of this year, I want to grow my YouTube channel by another 1,000 subscribers. Well, it did take me, okay, in the last 3 months, I've maybe gained 500. So gaining 1,000 subscribers in 3 months, that would be a stretch goal, but it's not unrealistic. So use the knowledge that you have to set a realistic goal, but something that's also going to stretch you as well. If you obviously don't have any knowledge, if I was starting from scratch and I had no idea how quick it would take me to gain subscribers on my channel, then I kind of have to just pull a number out of the air and then see where I got to. So don't be too harsh on yourself if you pick out that wrong number either, because you don't know yet what you're going to do, what's realistic for you, and you don't know what you're dealing with. So use the knowledge that you have to your best advantage. So our next step is our action plan. You remember at the start of this video, I was saying that one of the reasons we often fail is that we don't have a plan in place. So we've got some headers which say action plan, which is the perfect thing to prompt you to think about what action are you actually going to take to achieve this goal. And have a think about not only the action you're going to take, but what support you need, what you're going to commit to. This is an opportunity to hold yourself accountable. So what are you going to do each day? What are you going to do each week to help you achieve this goal? Element number 3 to this is habits. So, you know, we're big on focusing on the right habits to install. Now, our habits or our daily behaviours, as I mentioned in an earlier video, very connected to our mindset, very connected to our emotions, i.e. we do the things that feel good. But I want you to have a look at your goals that you're setting and your action plan and think about, well, what daily habits are going to help you to achieve those goals? Could be getting up earlier, going to the gym on lunchtime, making your lunch the night before work so you can save money and don't have to buy a lunch. All of those little behaviours that are really going to add up, stack up and help you to achieve your goals faster, and put the right behaviours in place to make things easier for you, to make life easier for you, right? The other way to think about habits is to maybe think about slightly softer ones. And as I was talking in the previous video about the slightly more softer goals, maybe goals which are a bit more related to lifestyle, and thinking about the sort of habits that can help support those. Now I want to give you a personal example to illustrate this, and it's a slightly strange one, but I think it illustrates the point quite well, so bear with. One of my habits that I'm looking to integrate into my life in the new year is to intentionally take 2 nights off a week. Now, as I say, sounds strange, but bear with. So if you don't know, I work 4 days a week in a part-time job, kind of 9 to 5, and spend every other waking second thinking about stationery and business, as you can imagine. So often I will take an evening off, but that tends to be when I'm absolutely shattered and I don't tend to use it very effectively in a lot of cases. I just end up sort of wasting the evening, kind of drifting off, watching a bit of TV, and kind of then said, oh well, I don't actually really feel like doing any work and that kind of thing. I feel a bit tired, like it's been a really busy week, and which is totally normal because you've got to rest, you've got to recharge, and you've got to look after yourself. But what it means is, as I say, is that I'm not being very intentional about taking a break and taking time off. So in relation to a lot of my other goals around experiences I want to have with friends and family and spending more time with different people, it's then important that I say, okay, well actually how am I going to do this? Well, I'm going to make time to see more friends, to spend more time going to talks in the evening, all that kind of thing. I'm going to intentionally take 2 nights off a week. So I'm going to say, you know, Tuesday, that is a night off and I am doing X. So getting into that practice myself is going to be quite a big thing that I'm going to be working on next year. So have a think about that for yourself, because I think we often think about habits as, you know, things that we have to do every day, and it's not necessarily the case. This has got to be things which are going to support you to basically have the lifestyle you want to have. It's all about behaviours that support the lifestyle you want to have. That is the key to it. So think about the habits that you want to install that are going to help you to basically achieve all of those goals and live that lifestyle. Okay, so final tip for you to help you keep focused and keep on track is, so there's a couple of stickers on those sheets which allow you to do a little bit of a summary of your goal. Big goal sheet, the big goal stickers, the little sparkly swashes. Those are great to write out your goal on and stick them somewhere where you're going to be able to see it. Maybe it's behind your computer, maybe it's in the front of your planner, somewhere where it's really visible for you, and to help you kind of keep it top of mind, keep on track, keep focused on it. As a bonus tip, sometimes it's really easy to, you know, we're all really busy and then you forget, and then you just be like, oh yeah, I forgot to plan my week, I forgot to do this. So actually making sure that you kind of keep that goal top of mind, keep focused on it, will really help you to take that daily action and to be consistent. I hope you've enjoyed today's video and today's goodies as well. Looking forward to hearing about your 3 months goals. Let me know in the comments below what you're going to be working on, and how you're finding the 12 days of Christmas so far. I would really, really love to know. And I will see you all very soon in the next video.